Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. David here with another cryptocurrency update. We just hit 700 subscribers. It might be 701 now. I'm not sure because I'm recording this video. But good morning. I hope you guys are all having a great morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Keep mooning the subscribers. The more that we moon our channels, the higher that XRP will moon. I'm telling you, the two are correlated. No joke. All right, today's video. America and foreign governments want to bring back the money that's sitting offshore in large corporation and investor bank accounts, okay? And a lot of those accounts, those are called Nostro and Vostro accounts. That means ours and yours, Nostro and Vostro, yours and ours, all right? These accounts are necessary to provide instantaneous liquidity for transactions that take place outside of your local currency or country, right? America to London or London to Africa, anywhere in Europe, Eastern Asia, anywhere connecting to a place that's outside of their local jurisdiction. If you have a business going on there, you must have this Nostro account funded and ready to go to provide that instantaneous liquidity for a Forex trade or for whatever it might be on the other end of that transaction, okay? If you had to take a guess, and we like to take guesses, pause the video after I ask this question with an estimated what? How much money is estimated to be sitting in these Nostro and Vostro accounts? What did you guess? 27 trillion is estimated to be sitting in these funded accounts in multiple countries around the world. And like I said, they're only used to make payments or settlements for Forex or business trades that are going on in those countries. Oh, the camera's a little tilted. That's cool. Okay, there we go. All right. So, the question now has to be, as we get into these speculative versus calculating type of equations, right? If there was any type of adoption with XRP into the distributed ledger technology and or other cryptocurrency platforms, right? We can start to free up the frozen funds without major transfer fees or without taxes, which is one of the main reasons that's preventing this money, other than the fact that they haven't started to utilize cryptocurrency or another form of Nostro Vostro without having to leave $10 trillion in a bank account that you're never going to touch or use or whatever inside of your own country, right? The question is can we free up this money and allow the money to go to work and then just let the companies focus on when and how and where to transfer their value, not how do I store my value in another location to provide that type of liquidity, okay? So like I said, the taxes is one of the main reasons. You cannot bring this money back into this country without paying a huge tax rate, okay? So that's something we have to work on. So if the government, United States, whether or not be the European Union government or the United Nations as a whole, if everybody was to work together alongside of XRP and to facilitate the arrangement and closure of the Nostro Vostro accounts and also allow for major tax breaks and incentives to bring this capital back to the U.S. soil or to its respective governments across the globe, we could see the global corridors open to allow for instantaneous transfer of large amounts of investor funds available for immediate usage, therefore negating the need for these accounts, okay, to be sitting in these foreign countries. We wouldn't need them to just be there if we had the ability to send the value instantaneously that we were looking to provide inside of that other country or in that other corridor that it is not providing instantaneous access without full funding, okay? So, like I said, large amounts for the investor funds, that will be immediate usage, negating the need for the banks and the Nostro Vostro's account, okay? This is where we get into the calculations, okay? See, this is, the first section is the speculation, right? Because the speculation is whether or not there's 27 trillion. The speculation is whether or not these countries want to start bringing this money home, or these companies want to start utilizing this currency that they have that is just sitting offshore or in a funded bank account in another country, okay? 27 trillion. 1%. This is where we get into the calculation. This is where it's, I don't want to say easy, because I've already told you that we're all going to come up with different numbers. And this is going to sound crazy to you guys. You guys after this video might dislike the video and just go crazy with what you're going to hear me say right now. But 1% of $27 trillion is $270 billion, okay? If you were to take that $270 billion, 1% of the Nostro Vostro accounts throughout the entire globe, and were to put that capital from those bank accounts onto XRP and to use the distributed ledger technology, and you move it through that system, that would, what we're going to call is an instantaneous volume increase to the tune of 270 billion. Okay? And you have to compare that to the most recent 24-hour volume if you were to take coin market cap into consideration. $1 billion in a 24-hour trading period, which means if tomorrow the trading volume of XRP was to spike 270x, do you not think that the price associated to that XRP would also increase? Of course it would. So, 220 times the volume today and the price, 270 is going to leave us at an instantaneous XRP price of $95, okay? So, for each 1% flowing through DTL and XRP is another $95 in XRP, okay? That means that at 10%, if in one given swoop, one company that runs 10% of these Nostro Vostro accounts was to say, you know what, we believe in the technology, we're ready to get our funds out of these countries and send them back home. 10%, that would be a $950 XRP. 20% would be $1,900 XRP. If we were to get 100% adoption, whether it be instantaneous or over the course of time, that would differentiate the price, okay? We're discussing an instantaneous transfer, meaning an instantaneous volume flow. Obviously, 100% is not going to happen. There will not become a time when 100% of any market is going to want to transfer their money as a whole market class through a brand new system. So this is why we have to look at small percentages of adoption, okay? Because if you got 100% instantaneous adoption through the XRP and the distributed ledger technology, that would be a $9,500 XRP. $9,500. Okay? But this is why I'm going to flip back to page 1 and get back to the more realistic percentage opportunities. That's why we're going to have to look at the percentages of hopefully 1% coming in at one given moment. Because that would be, like I said, an instantaneous $95. And the only way for that price to sustain, okay, is for consistent volume of that same size. So the instantaneous bump in volume will create the rise in price, but it will not sustain the rise in price. If it is just that instantaneous one-time transaction, the price will move and then it will go back down as soon as the volume fluctuates. So it will fall back to its point and possibly lower. So we have to understand as we face this next round of adoption that there is massive amounts of money to be made, okay? Because if it was just 1% every day and then all of a sudden, every single day we had taken another percent and another percent from the Nostros and another percent from Swift and another percent from Bank of America or whatever, wherever we're going to start to just take these percentages from, it would just start to slowly increase the price because the volume would be increasing and the price would be increasing. If we went 40% of Nostro accounts, no way. Couldn't sustain. Okay? It has to start slow. We have to start with 1%, 2%, 3%. But a $9,000 XRP price is possible. Everything has to just start clicking and moving, and sustainability and utility and all of that stuff is super important. Anyway, thank you guys for joining today's video. Definitely like and subscribe, comment down below, and start the conversation. All right, we'll see you in the next episode.